Images and stories of Santa Claus have been synonymous with the holiday season for centuries. And here to share how Santa has actually changed and evolved through history is another jolly guy I love. That is Kenneth Wingard.
Well, of course, I'm jolly. We're talking about Santa, Mr. Jolly himself. How can you not be happy? Right, so, you know, we have this image of the Santa that we know and love today is the robust, ruddy-cheeked man that we bring our children to see. He's like given us and our kids so much joy over the years.
Alexandra,
there he is. He was in LA, made a quick trip up to San Francisco to see my kids. Aww. And I love this man, but he hasn't always looked like this.
No.
The original actually is from your people, which I was shocked to find out.
Shocked, Ken. We are the cradle of civilization, the Greeks.
Which includes Santa.
Including Santa Claus. Now, he wasn't Santa Claus originally. He was over 2,000 years ago. There was a Greek bishop named Saint Nicholas, Aios Nikolaos, in Greece, and there he is. He was legitimately a saint.
Just starting out on his beard.
Just starting out, exactly, and quite a bit thinner. He passed away on December 6th. My father is actually born on December 6th and was named Nikolaos for Saint Nicholas.
I love that.
That's kind of how that works in Greece. They name you after a saint. So Saint Nicholas was known for all these amazing good deeds, and he did them selflessly and secretly a lot. He would leave presents on the doorsteps of orphanages or food or whatever it was. And his kind deeds and his generosity have just sort of continued and evolved through the years and the centuries, and that's where Santa Claus came from.
And I was reading that he was actually, like, his parents were very wealthy.
Yes.
They left him all of this money, which he didn't need. So he was basically being incredibly generous, and especially with young children and orphans. Like, the stories of him spread across the land, as it were.
I mean, imagine that is the definition of a saint.
Right,
Literally
exactly.
giving it all away.
Exactly, absolutely wonderful. And what I love is that those evolving images of Mr. Claus have been illustrated over the last 110 years. It's amazing. At Hallmark, when I went through the archives in Kansas City, I really got to see how American culture evolved through the many faces of Santa. It was really, really amazing.
And beautiful. Take a look at this.
Santa has always been the face of Christmas. With his rosy cheeks and round belly, no one better represents the magic of the season. Hallmark artists have depicted him as either tall and thin or round and jolly, wearing bishop robes or fur-trimmed coats. In the 1920s and 30s, as Santa's jovial spirit started to grow, so did his belly. And his playful side really started to come out in the 1940s. By mid-century, J.C. Hall collaborated with some of the world's most renowned artists, like Norman Rockwell, Saul Steinberg, and Salvador Dali, to bring fine art to the people. As Santa began to evolve with the times, Hallmark moved away from their traditional imagery and illustrated him with a modern and trendy flair. For the next few decades, multicultural designs allowed people to see that Santa could look like each and every one of us. This year, Santa is being celebrated on more than 150 cards, 20 ornaments, and 50 gift wrap designs. His face may have changed, but Saint Nick will live on forever as the symbol of holiday joy.
That is so beautiful. What a fun video.
Such a history, right? And how he has changed. It's like, it's gorgeous. It sort of shows our culture.
That's true. You can truly see how Santa has evolved through all the different faces and all the wonderful products that Hallmark
has. It's absolutely
has.
gorgeous. It gives me little tingles.
I know. I love it. All right. So today, your DIY is a fun way to celebrate the generosity of Saint Nick, right?
Right. So I really wanted to sort of like double down on Share More Merry. And I thought, what a great way to sort of keep that spirit alive with your neighbors and community through this little tradition we're calling Traveling Saint Nicholas.
And this is super sweet as well. And I love the whole idea and vibe of it because it is almost like a secret Saint Nick. And again, like he did, where he would leave things secretly.
Exactly, exactly.
So what do we need and how do we do it?
So what the concept is here, you have, I have this lovely little keepsake ornament of Saint Nicholas. And what we're going to do is put him into a little carrying case with a little note that one would then leave secretly on your neighbor's front step. And this is what the little note says, the little scroll inside. You have been gifted with an ornament of St. Nick. He shouldn't stay long, so make this quick. Do a good deed, 2 or 3, while little St. Nicholas hangs on your tree. When you are done, put him back in his box, include the scroll, and close the lock. To continue the tradition and spread lots of good, please give him to another in the neighborhood.
Oh, I love this. All
So
right,
that's
I'm
the
gonna do this with
concept.
Alexandra.
We're going to make it super cute. I encourage everyone to do this at home. It's a great way just to keep that spirit of giving alive and well. So we're starting off with a box. I found a box that is about the size of our sort of traveling totem St. Nick. And then what I did was I gave it a good coat of red paint. You could do gold, you could do green, but you want something to be special. Now,
Okay.
a little tip when painting these craft boxes, if you just put paint right on them, the paint gets
Seeps right in,
It seeps
yeah.
right in, the grain, it becomes rough. So what you want to do is give it a primer coat. I used a spray can of gesso, which is used for canvases, but any primer will do. Give it a quick sanding, and then I just spray painted 2 coats on top of that, and you get that sort of nice, sort of shiny red.
If you want to get real fancy, you could stain it.
You could stain it, and what I did was I did take off the hardware, so when I put it back on, it looks great. And then because
Speaking of staining.
this box is a little large, I then added a tiny little shelf here for Santa. So now what we've done is you get your scroll. You can have this will be on the Hallmark website. Print that out, and all I did to give it a little bit of feeling
You
was
stained it with coffee.
yesterday's coffee. And don't be like neat with it. Like
Be messy.
be messy. You want it to pool in some places
Oh, okay.
more than others because
And you could do this with tea too, right?
you can do it with tea. Tea will be not quite as dark.
Oh.
Yesterday's coffee is perfect. Let it sit like that, and you're going to end up with this sort of lovely, dark, like it's an antique from how many years ago? 2,000 years
Over
ago.
2,000.
You're going to roll this up. I'm going to pop it with a little bit of red ribbon. And then all we're going to do is I'm going to put some little greenery in here to make it special and festive. I'm going to put the scroll down here. I'm going to put some more greenery here. And our little keepsake ornament totem is going to go nestled right in there. So like how charming is that? Can you see that there?
Beautiful.
I'm just going to close it. I'm going to do it with a little ribbon. I just think that as far as sharing more Mary and the original concept of St. Nick, which is doing good secretly, so it's not about the
That's the
praise.
idea.
It's really about sort of good deeds and spreading the joy and sharing.
What a beautiful DIY, and what a beautiful way to also allow the kids to really understand
Right.
the whole idea of Christmas and
Right.
what it is all about. That is
Everyone gets to be
beautiful.
Santa.
Everybody. I love that. I'm going to let Alexandra's school know about this.
Oh,
I think
that's a great
so
idea.
Cute, so
Great
the kids
idea.
can do it for school. Ken, thank you, honey. Remember to share more Mary all season long, just like jolly old St. Nick and like Ken, by visiting your local Hallmark Gold Crown store or Hallmark.com. Well done. Well.